Far Cry 3 is widely regarded as the best title in the Far Cry series, which isn't really saying much considering the recent Far Cry games. So instead of watching the same Far Cry 3 video as everyone else and playing the game after, I decided to play the DLC. On April 30th, 2013, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was released. Before we get too far into the video, just be warned this DLC has absolutely nothing to do with the main game. Far Cry 3 is considered a timeless classic, and this DLC is more of a drug-induced trip of a game. Does it take place on the same island as the main game? Nope. The map is this sci-fi 80s oversaturated VHS filter that is absolutely insane to look at times. Do any of the main characters appear in the DLC? No. You play as Rex Power Cult, you have your best friend Spider, the overly corny love interest Dr. Darling, and Jax-looking villain Colonel Sloan. Surely there must be some of the same animals in this cyberpunk world. Nope, not at all. I spent an entire mission hunting cyber emus. Like full Lee Harvey Oswald in the grass, making an entire population of cyber emus go extinct. So without anything to do with the main game, what makes Blood Dragon so special? While the completely over-the-top story helps carry the expansion quite a bit, the entire Blood Dragon DLC is based on an 80s over-the-top sci-fi action movie. Rex uses plenty of cheesy one-liners throughout the entire runtime of the game, and honestly, they made me laugh a couple times throughout my playthrough, so I really want to play some of them for you now.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Now have fun!
Just let me kill people, damn it. Heartbroken? I fucking hate tutorials, and this one is terrible. Way to die on the job, dick shitter. I call shotgun. I'm a real heartbreaker. Fuck yeah.
Well, as you can tell, the voice lines and character of Rex is incredibly over the top, and so is just about everything in the game. I mean, the healing animation is literally using a grip trainer to gain back your health.
But what the hell, boy?
This is all just talking about the main character Rex that we take this journey with. We haven't even discussed the other characters we are introduced to during the story. Let's start with Spider.
And I'll provide the distraction. Let's show them how cyber commandos get it done.
Mark 4 style, motherfucker!
Who seems to be your best friend and brother in arms. I'm gonna be honest, you get about 10 voice lines total from Spider and he literally dies 10 minutes into the game.
Hey, bro. I'm good.
Bro, you okay?
I'm good, bro.
Next character we know is the antagonist of the game, Colonel Sloan, who we find out trained Rex and Spider years ago. Sloan is a power-crazed, patriotic cyber machine who is losing his mind over Congress making deals with the Russians.
Ever since the nuking of Canada and the invasion of Australia, the world's been floundering something fierce. We've lost our way, gentlemen. And now the government, our government, talks reconciliation with the Red Menace.
The most interesting character of the game is Dr. Darling, the love interest of the game. Honestly, there is no build-up or reasoning between the relationship between Rex and Dr. Darling. All we get to build up the romance is some weird sexual tension flirting over the radio throughout the game.
Doc, you play video games?
I'm really about to get your pickle chin that boy, egg that collard green hair that boy, oh head that boy, oh dirt that boy, stink that boy, afro hair that, lip gloss.
But it wouldn't be a corny 80s action movie without the main character scoring some hot blonde by the end. The next thing I really want to discuss is the gameplay, and take everything I say with a grain of salt because this game came out about 11 years ago, so for the time it was excellent. Playing it now, it doesn't really hold up well. It has a super clunky and slow aiming sensitivity and a super weird aim assist that kind of snaps on for a second then shoots above the head. Other than that, it feels like classic Far Cry combat. Not too serious, but not too cartoony either, just a nice mix of the two. You have about 7 or 8 enemy types in the game, which are your regular assault rifle soldiers, your snipers, the dudes who rush you with shotguns, the dudes who rush you with knives, the dudes who rush you with Molotovs, and the big juggernaut guy who somehow takes 50 bullets from a minigun but only 4 shotgun shots to the chest.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like, for real.
The weapons are all reskins of the main game, with about 8 guns that you really use in the story. They're all pretty much just reskins of the main game. Of course, we have the bow, the starting machine pistol, the assault rifle, the sniper rifle, a minigun, a flamethrower, and a secret endgame weapon that we'll get into in a second. Everything in Blood Dragon is just a reskin of the main game, to be honest, and as I briefly mentioned earlier, even the animals are too. I honestly just did the main story as fast as possible and didn't explore the open world, so I only saw a few animals, which include cyber emus, robo-dogs, laser sharks, and of course blood dragons. Seeing as the name of the DLC is Blood Dragon, I feel like I have to talk about the blood dragons for a little bit in the video. I never played the main game of Far Cry 3, but I would assume these big fuck-off dragons aren't reskins. Obviously the Blood Dragon is the name of the DLC and they are overall pretty cool. They shoot laser beams out of their eyes, and the only way to kill them is to throw literal hearts and distract them and shoot them in the stomach. The overall game isn't anything too special, and the aesthetic made it fun to look at and play. Especially the last levels of the DLC where you are locked in for about 30 minutes, start to finish, and it's kind of like a little movie. You pretty much get transported into another world and play Call of Duty Zombies for about 20 minutes. You make your way through various temple levels where you're only allowed one weapon per level. You fight hordes of zombies running at you trying to stab, shoot, and burn you alive. Remember the secret endgame weapon I was talking about earlier? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that now. The endgame weapon is called the Kill Star, and it connects your body and uses your health for power. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much of a secret weapon, but it shoots giant fucking lasers, which is actually pretty cool. The last missions of the game are by far the coolest and most fun to play. They are where the cinematic aspect and over-the-top themes come to the extreme. Now, once we get the Kill Star, we break into a military base and spontaneously combust a small village worth of soldiers. Once we fight our way through the entire base of soldiers, we find a blood dragon that we can ride and has giant fucking lasers to shoot. Those aren't my words, by the way. The blood dragon literally talks and says this.
And I shoot lasers out of my fucking eyes.
Then go on another killing escapade throughout more of the base, and at this point we have probably taken out the population of a small country. Finally, after going through the entirety of the base, we make our way to Colonel Sloan. Now, he's been talking shit at random points throughout the game, but we haven't really seen him since the very beginning. I will be honest, the entire last fight with Sloan plays out in a cutscene and is not actual gameplay, which was kinda disappointing. But the final cutscene also shows us almost getting our ass beat and then shooting lasers through his entire fucking head. So that was kinda cool. And yeah, pretty much we celebrate with Dr. Darling, but as the camera zooms out, she gives a sinister gaze towards the audience. Now overall, I'm sure the DLC is nothing compared to the main game, and the 2013 clunky aim and low frame rate wasn't the greatest to play, but the over-the-top story, characters, and mission really made it fun to play and experience. It isn't meant to be serious, and it's just a short little game to have some over-the-top action sci-fi nonsense. So overall, if you like Far Cry and you've played it, I would recommend giving it a try because it's actually pretty fun, especially if you love Far Cry 3 like most fans of the Far Cry franchise.